Radio, the only station where you can find your own voice. And the program is Walk Now Walk with Anne Omoyeni, the lady with a big letter A and the small N. The program is designed to encourage everyone doing one thing or the other. Anything that you're doing that fetches you income, that could pay your bill, or that you're doing to keep yourself together. Any work that you engage in that is legal, legit, and it has a vision. I think I want you to know that you're doing something, and whatever it is worth doing. If you like to do it, please keep at it and don't stop. Like I told you earlier, this is Workplace Radio, the station that encourages everyone on the field ready to go. And today I'm not alone in the house. I'm going to introduce to you my very special guest. But before I do that, I want you to know something. Don't ever complain, because somehow, some way, where you are today, somebody wants to be there. And somehow, some way, the place you are aiming to get to, somebody is already there. And the only way to get higher is to keep learning from those that have gone ahead of you. Workplace Radio is out to encourage every kind of job or work that you do. And you know what? I am right here for you. Just give me a call and I will come over to wherever you are in Nigeria. Or if you're outside Nigeria, I can communicate with you on live record, on live calls. So just stay tuned and connected to us at all time on Workplace Radio by downloading the Workplace Radio app on your Google Play Store. Just download the Workplace app from your Google Play Store and you will be able to listen to any of your favorite programs at all time. And also you can like our Facebook page, Workplace Radio. That's our Facebook page. You can like us on our Facebook page to stay informed and always stay connected to most of our programs on Workplace Radio. And I would want you to be left behind. You can also connect to us on YouTube, Workplace Radio. We're right there. You can listen to our past, our previous programs, and get information. You can also get in touch with us on our email. Send us messages on workplaceradio2@gmail.com. Or you can also send us messages on workplaceradio.com, www.workplaceradio.com.ng. Yes, there you can get to see all the programs scheduled, and you can pick out the ones you like and learn. I'm also on Twitter, Workplace Radio 1. On Instagram, Workplace Radio 1. On Facebook, Workplace Radio. I'm right here and right here at all times for you. Whatever you do, my brother, now walk. Do that thing and be proud of it. But if you're not proud of it, just ease off. There's nothing wrong. If you don't like what you are doing, ease off and change. Do something different. Today I'm in the studio with somebody that we call him the car doctor. Some of you call mechanics, some of you call organizers, some of you call panobitas. Whoever you are calling, they are attending to your car in one way or the other. And remember, for you to have gotten a car, you have a purpose for getting that car. There's a reason why you bought that car. So I brought a doctor to you in the house today to teach you some things you need to know. And if you want to buy a car, there are some things you need to consider. Don't just see the car in the shade and the next thing, I want to buy this car. I like the car. You can like the car can be fine in the body. What of the engines? What of the things that move around? I was privileged to meet this man. He will introduce himself, but first I want to tell you what happened. I was so privileged to meet him when my car had a problem and I was just hearing some funny sounds and I thought it was the leg that was faulty. And you know what? He came and brought out one machine like that and was the ordinary mechanic, but you know what? There's nothing ordinary in whatever you're doing. If you go advance, if you project, if you learn more, you want to know more, you learn more. And I think it's so privileged to have learned from different people. So today I'm going to bring him on his kind of work and to also allow him give you some information you need to know. Good morning, car doctor. Please introduce yourself properly.
Good morning, everyone. My AKA car doctor. What I specialize on is anything that has to do with your product at all. Before we go on to fix the car, we first of all analyze the car to know what the problem is. Like I used to tell people, there is no hard work anywhere, there is no difficult work anywhere, except that very little thing that you don't have the knowledge about. It might be a minor thing that is wrong with your car, and I know people have given it a try, and don't try, it's not working, seeing it as a difficult work. It is not difficult. No difficult work anywhere, except that little thing that you don't know. Today I'll be talking about two things. If you want to buy a used car in Nigeria, the things to look out for, and the second thing I'll be talking about is the little things that you need to know about your car and what step you need to take.
Okay, car doctor, you have actually introduced yourself, and I think you have already started telling them what I needed to tell them initially. Okay, the challenge is many people have problems with buying a car. Some don't even have a particular choice of car, but they just want to buy a car. They want to ride a car. They want to also be among the people riding a car. And in that area, where do you feature in? Do you cancel them on the kind of car they can buy based on their income, or you just cancel them based on the cash they have?
Okay, two things to look out for when buying a car. Apart from your actual amount that you're holding at hand, that's the money at hand. And another thing that we need to consider is the kind of car that you want to buy. For instance, if someone doesn't have any plan of what product of car they want to buy, then we'll look at how much you have at hand and how much is your income. That way we can be able to advise you, okay, there's a useful one, we can go for this type of product that will enable us to do that easily with the amount you have and your income.
Okay, thank you. Then what are the things to look out for before buying a car, a used car? Because in Nigeria, most of the cars on the road are used cars. We're not saying that is wrong, it's not wrong, that's what you can afford. But what are the things you should consider before buying a used car?
Thank you very much. There are a lot of things to look out for while buying a car. I think one of my customers once called me and asked, okay, which car is good, which one is bad, and they heard that Honda has problem with the head suspension and the rest like that. There is no bad car at all. No product of the car that is bad. No. All of them are good cars. The only problem we have majorly is lack of maintenance, poor maintenance. So for me, I would be like, if anybody wants to buy a car, the things that they should look out for. The product might not necessarily matter, as I said earlier, they should check out for their amount they have and their income. But number one thing that you need a professional who knows car very well to help you check. Because any car you see, any used car parked by the seller or the car dealer, they have one thing or the other wrong with the car. Like for instance, I can say 70% of cars on the road have one fault or the other. So when somebody wants to sell a car, there must be maybe something that is wrong with that car. Maybe he or she is tired of fixing that thing and he just want to let go of that car. So you need a professional to help you detect that very fault. Because the car dealer or the person that wants to sell it to you will not tell you the details of the things that are wrong with the car. So number one thing you need, or number one person you need is a professional to check it for you. Number two, You need to check while we're inspecting the car. Let me tell you the things that we look out for. Or probably if you want to look out for by yourself, the things you should look out for. Number one, check if that car is first body. What I mean by first body is any car that has been painted before is no longer a first body. First body is a car that has not been painted before. That is first
that
body.
means it came with the factory
Yes,
color.
factory
That's the
paint.
first color that.
Yes, that is called first body. If he or she said, okay, I just feel like changing the color, there might be, he or she might be true, or you might be saying the true or not, but before anyone will say, I want to change the color of my car, that nothing is wrong with, is rare. So any car that has been painted before, it's either accident, one thing has spoiled somewhere, or the paint fade away, or they've done one parameter work before. That is why, or that is just the only reason why someone will think of, okay, I want to repaint my car, or I want to change the color. So we need to look out. Once the same thing has been painted before, ask them why did you paint it? Or you look at it, you look at it by yourself to detect. And we have professional painters in Nigeria now that can only tell you that if they paint car, you might not know that they have painted that car. So you need a professional to help you check if they have painted the car, because there are certain areas that we look and definitely we'll be able to tell you, okay, this car has been painted, this car has not been painted.
What is the problem with the car that has been painted? Do I really have to just consider it and just focus on that?
Okay, we have problem with car that has been painted. That's what I said earlier. Before they will paint the car, it is an accidented car. So the person has panicked the car, a lot of body filler, and then they will paint the car. So the value drop automatically. If you want to sell a car for 100,000, for instance, and you painted it, the car should be like 50,000. Okay? So any car that has been painted, the value automatically reduced. Then you cannot compare our Nigerian paint with factory paint. No, they are not the same. Then the body filler increase the weight of that vehicle, and any little water on that area that has been painted, you see a little changes from the car. That's why I say first body is more expensive than the one that has not been, second body or third body. So it's very important to check out for. Then number two, you need to check the interiors. Interiors is very, very important. Why? Because they are hard to change. It's not that easy to say you want to change your interior. If the interior is looking bad, I advise don't just go for it, because it's another joy you coming into your car and you feel this happiness that everywhere is neat, is well kept, is good. But if the interior is bad already, anytime you come into that car, you feel like, oh no, did I even buy this car? Oh, this one is not okay, the other one is not okay. So the interior is important. Number two, if you know you are the car AC type, do not go for any car where they will tell you the AC is working, but you just need to top gas. It's a big lie, honestly. How much is gas to fill? I used to fill a gas with 3,000 naira. Why did the person not go and fill the gas before selling it, and he's telling you to go and fill a gas? No, it's not making any sense to me. So definitely something is wrong with that AC. And before anybody will tell you, okay, I just need refilling, any AC gas should last like 4 to 5 years without topping gas. 4 to 5 years without topping gas at all. So if you're telling me that I should go and add gas, when was the last time that you added gas? So that will tell me, okay, maybe something is wrong. Or that means even if gas goes down like that, that means there is a leakage somewhere. So just don't go for any car when they tell you, okay, you need to refill the gas that is working. If the person is telling you it's not working, fine. You know already it's not working, or you just assume it's not working automatically. Number two that you need to, number three, check for the engine and the transmission. Like recently I went to get a car for a family friend, and out of 70% of cars that I saw, if I want to be very honest, let me say out of 100, 70% the engines were not okay at all. Is either you see they've changed the top gas cylinder gasket, or maybe they've done one major work or the other, or the gearbox is not shifting. That means the transmission is not selecting well. So you need a professional to check that engine and transmission for you very well. For instance, why you need to check those things why they are very important to check is because if you're buying, for instance, you're buying ML or you're buying Mercedes products, the engine alone can worth ₦1 million. Like an Audi Q7, the engine, that's 2007 product too, the engine is 850,000 naira in the market. Now imagine you buy that kind of a car and the engine is not okay. That means you have to spend extra 750 something thousand or 800,000 naira to now get another engine. Or let's say ML 350, that the gearbox is about 300 to 450,000. Then the transmission is not okay, and you just use all your capital to buy the car. Now the transmission is giving you a headache. You have to use another 400,000 naira to go start fixing your gearbox. So you need to check those things that are expensive. If they are minor things like 2,000, let go and just get the car. But things that are expensive, you need to check them very well. Another thing that you need to check.
Please, before you go,
okay,
there's this space for airbag. Most drivers don't even know the value of that space, that airbag
SRS
site. They don't know the value. So most cars may even have the airbag, but because there's never been an emergency that will show that this airbag is good or it's not there, or whenever you have accident, the airbag automatically pops open. Yeah. Now, most of these cars don't have airbag. That's why you see most accidents that happen, it's always drastic because there's no protection. What the airbag was supposed to defend for you is not there. How do we know before buying a car that this airbag is still intact? You can't just open it. Is it possible to open it? No, you can't open it.
You cannot open it. Okay, if you want to know if SRS, that's what we call it, is a SRS. If you want to know if airbag is active or not, once you see SRS light on your dashboard, it means there is a problem with that SRS. So the only way to know if it's active or not is by using diagnostic machine to check. Then we'll automatically go and see if it's active. We'll see it with the machine. If it is not, we'll know that it's not active. But once you see that light pop up on your dashboard, SRS, know that there is something wrong with the airbag. Okay. It's either it has been exploded before, or it's no longer there, or it's having fault. Even if it's a new car and it's showing SRS, God forbid if there is anything like accident, there will not be any protection. Nothing to activate it, because no signal, no sensor, or maybe it's nothing that will send a signal to the car that okay, you need to pop up. So once you see SRS light on your dashboard, you already know that airbag is not functioning. Okay,
is there any way they can repair it? Is there any way they can, if it has been used before, it has been popped up before, is there any way they can change it and put another one?
Yes, it's very possible. If SRS has been popped up before, maybe as a result of accident, or because there is one that I witnessed myself, the person just ran into speed bump without knowing, and the thing just pop up, boop, boop, without having accident to defend. So if something like that happens, we do change it, and there is a module that control it. We call it shocking sensor. So those shocking sensors send signal to the module, and the module automatically activates the airbag. We have like 3 to 4 airbags, one by the driver's side, another one by the passenger's back. For these latest cars, they have 2 at the back that make it 4. We have 1 at your underneath. That's where your leg is, where you match your brake, your throttle, and the rest like that to defend your leg. So if any of them open, we can change them. They are replaceable, and we make sure that okay, we fix it back and the light is not showing to tell you that next time, God forbid, if anything like that happen, you are protected.
Okay, I think to my listeners and viewers out there, I do believe you are learning something, because your airbag is your protection and it's very important. God is your protection but nonetheless, you need that. Most of the cars I have seen, even my car, had SRS challenge, and I do know now that I've discovered it has been faulty before. I should work on that. Before we continue, I'd like to go on a very short break. I'll be right back.
My blessing on favor for me. Goodness and mercy follow me every day. Everything when I touch for this life, anything when I want. She not my one, she not what she I'm in better. If you're the dirty, don't mind them. If I don't better come, me you buy them. My toy don't call me every day. Showers of blessing rain on me. She not money where you want, I'll be on fair amount, time me don't come, happiness lucky, prosperity is something I'm blessing calling, I should you up, wherever we go, victory we're not the finish, I need to video, look, you don't go wrong, my land, all I was there, oh what's it there, how's I see all I'm taking, I don't feel gentle, I don't want to be up there, if you believe, show me, I'm here, I don't need it, every day, showers of blessing rain on me. She not money where you want, I'll be on fair amount, time me don't come, I don't have happiness lucky.
Okay. Things are gonna be working out for us. I just have a question for you now from our page, from my personal page. And before I go further, I would like to tell you how you can communicate on this program. You can send us messages on Workplace Radio through our Facebook pages. You can also send us messages through our YouTube page. And you can also send us messages through my personal page on My Hustle, Your Hustle, and Yenny. And Yenny, My Hustle, Your Hustle. That's my Twitter account. And Yenny, My Hustle, Your Hustle. And Yenny at My Hustle, Your Hustle. You can send me messages from there, and I'll be right here answering your question in regards to this program. You can also send me a message on my Facebook page, My Hustle, Your Hustle with Ann Yenny. You can send me messages from that through my Facebook page. You can also send messages through My Hustle, Your Hustle with Ann Yenny. That's my Instagram account. You can send me messages from there. And you can also send us messages in the studio too through our Instagram and Twitter, Workplace Radio 1. I can't wait to get your questions for the car doctor so that he can answer your urgent questions. And you can also call me right in the studio on 081 16 59 9879. 081 16 59 9879. That's the best way you can communicate live on Workplace Radio. Don't forget, you are still on to Workplace Radio. And I'll still be right back with the car doctor.
Oh yeah, for me, so baby, me show color red. I got to see I'm feeling you. I go follow you as you did follow me. And the guys know say that me and you. I wanna show you up, show you how sort of me. I know the shy guy, oh yeah. You're the one that I like. And anybody wear my love. Waiting then you find you. Money more bad, but I don't care. You want it more bad, so I don't care. Want it more bad, no I don't care. You want it more bad, so I don't care. Hey, you light my fire. I wanna be, see me so like your flower. Hey, you give me dollars, you know the tire, oh, you be my lover. Saying a billion, you that very one. I should have do me, baby, carry on. The way you love me, won't very gone. I just want to feel you.
Yeah, right here in the studio, I was discussing with the car doctor on the thing before you buy your car. And right away, I wanted to know that you have to look really deep. Don't be in a hurry to buy any car. Just look out for those necessary things he is telling you about. And before you know it, you will get something you can rely on at all times whenever you want to buy a car. I still wanted to know that I wanted to use car this 2021, but please don't buy any kind of car. Don't buy any kind of car. It's enough. All these accidents we're experiencing on the road, it's okay. Let's do something different. Let's enjoy whatever we spend our money on, and that will help us in a very long way. So please, whenever you are purchasing a car, always look out for the necessary things. Radio. Don't forget, you are still experiencing on the road, it's okay.
You give me sugar, you want it more sugar, baby, I don't care. They say I want it too much, baby. We take it slow, we don't rush. Take my boy, baby. Money more but I don't really care, I know. No time, you want it more no lie, I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna follow you as they follow me. I don't care. I don't care.
More music at nigerloaded.com.
Okay, car doctor, I want to welcome you back from the very short break that we went on advert, just to keep our audience and listeners together, not just bored. But you know what? Another question just popped out from my Facebook page now. It says, most car dealers are wicked because they don't tell us what the car faults are before they sell. And what do we do when you are buying a car and you don't know if the engine is faulty? What do we do? Yeah, this is from Festus Shogo.
Okay, Mr. Festus, that's what we are talking about here, that you need a professional to check. Like I will tell you one of my experience, that time I was staying in Abuja, then one of my clients asked me to get car for him in Lagos. We both went together to get the car, but he's getting the car from his elder brother, his own blood. So he only carried me along as to just inspect the car. As soon as I got there, I checked the car, and I told the man, this car engine has fault, it's making noise. And everybody there were like, what are you talking? Do you even know what you are saying? Small boy like you, how will you tell me this engine? You know, funny things they were just saying. This man took us to like 4 or 5 mechanic, different people. They were checking the car and they said, no, now, nothing is wrong with this engine. Nothing is wrong with this engine. At a point, I was not asking myself, do I even know what I'm saying? Or am I being curious or something? But I just keep telling the man, see, this engine has fault. I can hear the sound.
Did you not use your machine?
I did not use machine at all. Yes, I just from the experience. I was telling him this engine has fault. What car dealer does is when you get there, they want to rev the engine. Vroom, 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 vroom. That is not the way to know either the engine is faulty or not. You don't need to rev car high before you know if it has fault or not. All you need to do is just to press it small. Then you listen very carefully. If the engine has any fault, you'll be hearing small noise, different from the engine noise that you're supposed to hear from the smooth running. So to cut the long story short, on our way, he ended up buying the car because his elder brother, and we took it to like 5 different mechanics, and they say the engine is perfect. So we bought the car. On our way coming, the engine knocked on the way. So when I lose the engine and I open it with the owner, he saw that the metal has been worked on before they've packed it. So I was not telling him, I told you, then what is the essence of you carrying me from Abuja to Lagos if you don't trust what I do? I mean, telling you that, okay, this thing has fault. You should have just believed me that, okay, and get another one. But you believe in your brother, and now look at what happened. Though I'm not saying his brother was being wicked to him. Maybe he himself doesn't know that those things are fault. And the 5 mechanics that we took it to then, I don't know if they don't know too or something, but I just know that day, I was just telling him. So what you need to do, take somebody that you know, that the person knows about engine very well. Like the car I said I got from my family relative recently, the car dealer was telling me, are you sure you know what you're doing? This engine you're telling me it has a fault. I say, Oga, it's not fight. I don't want to buy. Because I already know that, okay, the engine has fault. Then by the time you look at engines, some mechanics are smart. Just like me, if I fix... Yes, if I fix your engine, honestly, take it to a mechanic, they will tell you, this car has not been worked on before. So you still need extra knowledge to know that, okay, they have tampered with this engine before. So there is nothing anyone can do if you don't know about, if you don't have the real knowledge about it, they wouldn't even want to tell you that.
There's no problem with recoiling engine unless you don't do it with the professionals, right?
Yes.
Because you may not have the money to buy the full engine. But now, people have to just move on, and the car is a source of support to the family. Is anything wrong with recoiling? I think, because now I'm scared now.
Okay, now let's not deviate from what we're talking about. Here we're talking about if you want to buy a car. Now you want to buy. It's not like you're using it, you want to repair. So you that want to buy a car now, you should go for something that has not been worked on before, in order to avoid troubles, stories.
Make the car expensive now, more expensive than the,
so if you're getting the one that has been worked before, then make sure that the one you're getting is still in good condition. The person that fix it well.
Okay.
Now, if you're getting a car that has been worked on, let's say for instance, the top cylinder gasket burn. Okay, and they just change it, and the person set the timing very well, and the sound is still okay. Fine, it's as good as they've not worked on before. Okay. Like I went to Enugu to fix Mitsubishi Pajero, new car, to fix the engine. I changed the crankshaft and the metal, and the car is still sounding as if they've not worked on it before.
Wow.
Okay, so such car like that, you can't say it has a fault. You're still using it, it's still fine, it's still okay. But if the person that worked on it did not get it right, and you can hear some noise coming from the crankshaft or from the camshaft, or the oil pump is not working fine, I will just tell you, please, it's better to just wait and complete your money and get a better car than going for a car that you end up using all your life savings and your income wasting on it.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. So what's the next thing to consider when buying a car?
When buying a car, another thing to check out for is your dashboard light. Those things are very, very important. Though the people selling, some of them are smart. They can just go and erase it. But when you get there, start the car, just let it run for like 10 to 15 minutes. It will pop up again. Those lights will come up. Once they come up, if it is check engine, I beg you, please, just check, use your diagnostic to check what exactly is the problem. Let's say, for instance, it's Mercedes, and you're already seeing triangle showing. Know that there is something wrong with the transmission. If you're buying maybe like ML 450, GL 450, or you're buying GLK 350 and you're seeing triangle, please have your diagnostic tools to check. Maybe it's just ordinary ABS sensor that is making the light to pop up, or there is not enough oil. Anything telling you EIS faulty, or is telling you ISM faulty or VGS trouble, I tell you the truth, you only have limited time to use that car and the transmission will have a problem. So look out for the dashboard light and make sure that you use a good diagnostic machine to check. Another thing to look out for again is your suspension. If you're buying a used car, test run the car. Make sure that your brake is working fine, the speed is working fine. What I mean by the speed, that's the kilometer. Yeah. If it's reading, check all those things if they are working properly. If they are not, and considering that the amount you use in fixing them, before you ask, okay, maybe it's just going to cost me like 10, 15,000 or 5,000. Okay, let me just go for it and fix it. If it is something like that, fine, you can go for it. But if it is something that will cost you like 50, 60, 70,000 to fix, maybe the shaft is already making noise, that's the driving shaft, is already making noise, the shock absorber are no good, the ball joint is no good, all the underneath are not working properly, just noise here and there. It's better to just hold on, complete the money and get a better one while buying a car. Another thing you must not do, not even buying a used car alone, don't be in a hurry to pay. Once they are telling you, okay, another person is coming now to come and pay, so just pay, and so that it will just be your luck. In fact, I'm giving you this. Calm down. Don't be in a rush to pay. I bet you if you pay in a rush, before you will see 1,001 things that you don't even like about the car. It does happen that you go to market and you want to buy a shoe and they will just rush you to pay. As soon as you buy, leave the place, you now begin to look at the shoe. I don't even like it. It's not what I even want. Okay, it was even the color of the bulb inside. That's not the color that I wanted, this and that. So don't be in a rush. Even if another person is going to let another person come and pay, if it is yours, it is yours.
After everything,
nobody will come. Yes. So please don't be in a rush to pay. Because if you think you're getting the best, there is another best that is still coming. So calm down and inspect the car very well before you get a used car.
Okay.
Okay, still another thing to check out for. We have different make of cars now. Okay, and let me just summarize them to two type of car in town. There are cars that they are very expensive to buy, but they are cheap in maintaining. There are cars that are cheap to buy, but are expensive in maintaining. For instance, if you're buying Toyota cars are expensive in buying, but they are cheap in maintenance. If you're buying, let's say for instance now, you're buying a Corolla 2006, 2.8, 210, they are expensive in time of buying them. But in time of maintaining those cars, they are very cheap maintaining. Now you cannot compare that same if you're buying Toyota for 3 million. You see the car is not that kind of too much attractive, it's not looking so exotic in nature and stuff like that. Comparing to you buying Mercedes, maybe C350 Formatic that you can get for 3 million, you will see that C350 is very, very good, very, very good. It's looking so flashy, fine.
So there are some cars that are expensive but easy to maintain.
Yes.
So what you should consider majorly is the maintenance of
those cars.
that you're buying,
Yes.
not the classicness or
Not
the
the
beauty
classic
of the
nature
car.
of the car. Do you understand? I'm just using instance like something like that. So if you now get Mercedes, let's say C350 for instance, the maintenance rate is very, very high, but it's a kind of cheap in terms of buying. But Toyota in terms of buying is a kind of expensive, but is cheap in maintaining. So look for cars that are cheap in maintaining and that has second-hand value, that if you want to sell the car again, you can easily get somebody to buy. There are cars, I wouldn't mention any name, there are cars that if you buy, to see somebody that will buy them again is difficult because they don't have second-hand value. So check for car that has second-hand value in time of buying. So I'll be talking about the last thing to check if you're buying a car. We have cars that are hybrid cars. I beg you, if you don't have enough money and you don't have extra savings, don't just go for hybrid cars, most especially used one. They are quite looking good, they are okay, their system is very, very perfect. But if you don't have extra capital somewhere, extra savings somewhere, don't go and buy those kind of a car. Like for instance, you want to buy a Nissan product, don't go for all these blue tech drive, all these blue drive and the rest like that. Don't go for second hand of those cars if you don't have extra money, savings somewhere, because by the time they bring trouble, I bet you might not be able, you might even spend more than the amount you use in buying those cars, in fixing them.
Wow.
So check out for those things before you go for any used car.
Wow, it's really nice to be with you in the studio today, Car Doctor, and at least I learned something from this, and I do hope our listener out there, our viewers out there, will be able to pick one or two things to consider before buying a car or before buying gadgets. Yes, not just a car. Whatever you're going to buy, please note all these things and engage the professionals to help you check and double check so that you will be able to enjoy that product you bought, that car you bought, that service that's been rendered to you. It's a very beautiful year, 2021, and I do want to see my listeners and viewers out there living really good and having a very standard life. I may have to let go of the Car Doctor. If you still have questions for him, I'm going to find a way of getting across to him. But I will let him give you his contact so that you can communicate with him. And if you are doing something, you're doing one business or the other, you want us to help you to talk about that thing. You want us to help you to discuss that business you are doing. There's no problem. Just give me a call on 081 1659 9879. 081 1659 9879. You can decide to have your own show on Workplace Radio. But please do remember, anything you want to do should be workers related. It should be something that promotes the growth of the country. We cannot market or promote illegitimate businesses. I do hope to come back with you while the Car Doctor gives you his details and information.
Okay, in case you want to call for repair, diagnostic, and technical advice, you can call me on 070 67556753. I take that again, 070 67556753. I would want to end by saying that it is not everyone that has the gadget to diagnose your car that can actually interpret what the gadget is saying. Because you can get a lot of people with the tools, they will diagnose the car, get to the trouble codes, but interpreting the trouble code will now become another problem. Because in doing that, you still need technical knowledge to interpret the trouble code. You can have one trouble code and it will be directing you to 5 or 6 different things in that very car. And that means you have to use your initiative, your knowledge, to know which of those things is actually responsible for the malfunction in your car. So you need to go for people who have the knowledge, who has the technical know-how about car and have the tools to use. Thank you very much. Drive safe. God bless you.
You didn't tell us how we can get to you. Are you everywhere in the States? Are you, or you're just stationed in a place? Do you move to different places?
Anywhere, at any time. If you call, if you need my services, I can come anywhere. I do travel a lot. I can go anywhere to have your car fixed anyway. But presently, you can locate me at Ita Alamu Corn Oil Filling Station, Ilorin, Kwara State. That's where our office is presently. But if you want me, if you need my service anywhere, I can come at any time. We'll just agree on something and I will come and fix your car by God's grace.
wọ́n fẹ́ sọ mí lórúkọ nínú ìlú gbogbo ilé mẹkáníìkì pátápátá ni mo ti mọ̀ ṣíbẹ̀ mi ò rí solution sí gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣe mọ́tò.
àárín ìgbà tó ti dé NBA car solution ti kó rẹ̀ wọ́n fún ìyẹ̀wò ọkọ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀rọ ìgbàlódé àtúnṣe ọkùnrin ìdánilóhùn pẹ̀lú bí a ṣe lè lo mọ́tò tí kò sì ní fún wa ní wàhálà tàbí ìdààmú kankan. irú ọkùnrin gan-an ló yẹ kára àtúnṣe ìgbé àyẹ̀wò ọkọ̀ ìdùnnú wa èyí tí a mọ̀ sí home service. yóò le rárá tí a bá fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan lórí kọ́kọ́rọ́ mọ́tò yìí tàbí àpótí ọpọlọ ọkọ̀ yìí ìyẹn brainbox. ẹ lọ sí NBA car solution center ní pọ́ǹpù ìtàn ìlú Ìlọrin àdúgbò pẹ̀lú sí orí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ ní 07067556753 tàbí 07031108289. NBA car solution center ilé ìtúkọ̀ sí àwọn ìgbàlódé. Oh my God, this car again? Must I spend all my salary on this car?
Aha! You don't need to worry anymore. NBA Car Solution Center, your one-stop shop for all your car repairs, for troubleshooting, diagnosis, services, technical advices, home services, car inspections for both buyers and sellers, transmission repair, for your keys and ECU programming. Just contact NBA Car Solution Center inside Corn Oil Filling Station, opposite Oil Plaza, Ita Alamu, Ilorin, or call them on 070-6755-6753 or 070-31108289. NBA Car Solution Center, the only solution to any of your car problems.